The Galaxy Z Fold6 is slowly becoming my favorite phone that I've used, and when you learn how to use this phone the way it's meant to be used, it'll be your favorite phone too. So in today's video, I'll go over some tips and tricks for you guys to get the most out of this phone, and you won't want to miss this, so grab your popcorn or your Galaxy Z Flip 6 and follow along with me. Now this first trick is kind of hidden, and spoiler alert, I do this to all of my Android phones to make them just a little bit faster with the animations, and it really kind of brings new life into your phone. So what you first want to do is go ahead and open up settings. Once you've opened up settings, you want to go ahead and click the search bar and then type in build. You'll see build number right there. What you want to do is go ahead and tap on it, and then you want to tap on build number 5 times in a row. As you can see, developer mode has already been turned on, but for you, if it's your first time doing it, tap it 5 times. You want to put in your screen pin. Now, once you've put in your screen pin on the main settings page, you'll see developer options. What you want to do is tap on it, and you want to scroll down until you see, now this will take a little bit right there. So window animation scale, transition animation scale, and animator duration scale. By default, they are at 1x. What you want to do is put them to 0.5. And then from now on, whenever you open up an app, so for example, I'll open up this, as you guys can tell, the animations are a lot faster. So just as an example, let me go ahead and put them to 1.5 times, just as a quick example. And now if I open it up, you'll see that it takes just a little bit of time to kind of open up. So the animations are slower this way. So definitely put them to 0.5 to make your phone feel just ever so slightly faster. Now for this next trick, adding a photo to your cover screen wallpaper might be kind of hard because of this aspect ratio. You can't really fit everything you want. So for example, I want the Capitol building in here, but I also want me and my girlfriend in the frame. But as you guys could tell, I can't really do that unless I cut my entire, my entire body basically, and that just does not look pleasant. So to get this right, instead of adding a full screen wallpaper, what you can do is simply add a frame. Now once you click on frame, it'll actually give you multiple options of what to do with this kind of wallpaper. So for example, this is kind of perfect. It's a heart, it's me and my girlfriend. You got the Capitol building in the background. I think it looks pretty cool. The one I like personally is this one right here. You can kind of zoom in, kind of frame it just right. Boom, there you go. Now you have like your whole picture in the cover screen wallpaper without it actually taking up the whole screen. Now from here you can also click on color, and then you can either erase the background, so you just have this. I obviously wouldn't do that in this scenario, but you can do that. You can also add different colors for the wallpaper. Now to save battery, since this is an OLED display, I do recommend adding the color and then just putting it to black, and then click on done. And now you have not only a wallpaper that saves battery because the pixels are off, but you also have one that actually shows your entire picture. So once you've framed everything, you can actually also click on effects, and then this will kind of add some kind of stylization to your photo. So this is the normal one. As you guys can tell, this is the blur, so the people that are the subjects are in focus, and the background is it's basically a portrait mode. You also have the grayscale, the grayscale background, so it kind of again separates the subjects. The colors, you can do a nice little ink. The pastel one is actually the one that I really like. It looks pretty neat. It kind of adds like almost like a fake backdrop to the photo. And then you can also do oil painting. So you can kind of make this really your own customization, your own personalization, and make your phone your phone. Now for this next tip, if you guys do want to buy the Galaxy Z Fold 6, I'm going to have a link down below in the description, because right now Samsung is offering really good deals. So you get double the storage absolutely for free. You get up to $1,200 of trade-in. You get $300 from Samsung to buy accessories such as that new Galaxy ring. 25% off Galaxy Buds, and then for some carrier exclusive deals, you also get 1 year of Samsung Care Plus for $156 that you're not going to be paying for. It's absolutely free. So if you guys want, again, I'm going to have a link down below in the description as well as in the pinned comment. Now the next tip has to do with efficiency and, kind of making your phone feel almost like a computer. So all the apps that you have on the bottom row, those are the apps that are always going to be visible if you open up a different application. So for example, I just opened up my Twitter, and as you guys can tell, the bottom row of apps are the same ones that are on the bottom row over here. And of course, the two apps that are on the right side of that little bar, those are your most recent apps. So to get the most out of your phone and to really use it as efficiently and as quickly as possible, just go ahead and add all the apps you want that are most frequently used on the bottom, and of course you can also add folders as well. By doing this, you can quickly switch between different apps, for example like Chrome, and then if you want to open up Twitter again, you can open up Twitter. If you want to open up Instagram, you can open up Instagram. So you never really need to leave home. You can just simply do this. And then if you ever want to open up an app that is not on the bottom row, you can just click this little icon right there, and then boom, you can find your apps that way. But of course, I could see how this could be a little bit annoying for some people, so if you want to get rid of this bar, you don't have to go into any settings or anything. You can just simply hold down on the bottom over here, and then to make it go away and to make it reappear. Now you may have noticed this already from your time using the phone, but whatever background you have here is going to be different than the background that you have here, and then vice versa. So all the apps on this screen are different than the apps on the inside screen. So for example, I have my mail here and my tasks here, but on the cover display, once I unlock it, I have mail here and nothing else. I don't have anything else because it's basically like having two phones in one. Whatever you put on the cover display in terms of apps and information is going to be different than what you have on the inside display. But if you want to make them the same, all you got to do is go into your settings. You want to scroll down until you get to home screen, and then you want to turn on cover screen mirroring. Once you do that, everything that you have on here is going to be the same as over here. So it'll be basically like any other phone that you have. Now, if you've bought the Z Fold and you've been using it for quite a bit, you know how good it is for watching movies and videos, but I'm going to show you guys how to make it even better. And this is off by default, so make sure you turn it on. Go into your settings, scroll down until you hit advanced features. Once you're here, you want to scroll down, you'll see video brightness. It is by default set to normal, but if you want to really take advantage of this very bright and punchy color display, go ahead and set it to bright. Once you do so, you'll see all the supported apps that you have installed that will work with the brightness enabled. So basically, watching HDR content just got better. Congratulations, you're welcome. And while we're talking about watching movies and content, you also want to make sure Dolby Atmos is turned on. What you want to do is just go to this quick menu over here. You'll see Dolby Atmos right there. You want to make sure it is highlighted. Now, if you don't see this, what you want to do is click on this pen icon over here, edit the full one, and then you should see Dolby Atmos somewhere over here. All you got to do is just click and drag it to this upper half over here, and then you'll actually be able to see it right there. So make sure that is enabled. Trust me, the difference is massive. Now, if you use your phone a lot at night, you want to kind of protect your eyes, especially at night, because you don't want all this blue light kind of just destroying your eyes and making it harder to fall asleep later on. So what you want to do is, again, go to settings. Oops. Let's try that again. You want to go to settings. You want to click on display. Now you'll see eye comfort shield. By default, it is off. Now you can turn it on and for it to be always on, but as you guys can tell, it kind of does mess with the actual color of the display, kind of makes it a little bit more yellow. Obviously, it takes away the blue light. But so what I like to do is I like to turn it on and then set the schedule to, for example, sunset to sunrise. So once it's sunset and it's actually night outside, it will automatically turn on to help kind of prevent that blue light. I don't like to have it on all the time because sometimes it's just good to see the proper colors on this display instead of having it always be this kind of yellow tint. Now, since this phone is very expensive, you're most likely going to want to keep it for a while, so make sure your battery health is as good as it can be, and I'm here to show you guys how. So you want to again go into settings and then you want to click on battery. Now you want to tap on battery protection and then just turn it on. And now what I like is adaptive. So once you do adaptive, once you go to sleep, for example, you plug your phone in, it will only charge to 80%. Then once it gets used to at the time you wake up, so for example, let's say you wake up at 7 and you start playing around with your phone will know that you woke up at 7 and you keep waking up at 7, so it will charge from 80 to 100% right before you wake up, so your phone spends less time at 100%, which again over time will make your battery health even better. Now, if you really want to maximize it, you can click on maximum and the battery will stop charging when it reaches 80% anytime. So it doesn't matter if you're waking up, it doesn't matter if it's midday and you're charging, it will never charge past 80%. In my opinion, I think that's a little bit too much, but feel free to use it if you wish. With new powerful AI features comes great responsibility, and by that I mean you can draw anything you want and the AI will make it come to life. So for example, if you've taken a photo of your neighbor's house and let's just say he's not really a great neighbor, right? So what do? Well, you can click on this little universal AI button over here and then click on sketch to image. Now once you've clicked on that, let's say, I just want to draw a tornado right above his house. Boom, click generate. And there we go. The neighbor got swept away in a tornado. Sorry neighbor, you shouldn't have been complaining. Or in a less gruesome example, let's say I want to draw some birds and you don't even have to be all that accurate. You can just draw a bunch of M's. So just, that actually looks a little too much like an M, so let's fix that. Click on generate and then hopefully you'll see birds and not literally just the letters M floating in the sky. So we'll see once this AI kind of figures it out. Hey, there we go. We have a bunch of birds now in the photo. This one looks actually scary real. Not bad at all. So you can play around with this. It's actually super fun. Just don't give it to your kids because you'll never see your phone ever again because they're gonna have a blast doing this. If you're ever out of the country and you really need to use the bathroom and you need to ask for directions, you can just simply turn on interpreter mode. Now what this does is that, well, you can obviously pick the language that you want to communicate in and then just start talking. Where is the bathroom? So there we go, it replied back. And obviously if the other person speaks Spanish, you'll see the translation here. I don't speak Spanish, but I'll try my best. Sí. Yes, I do. Sweet. Now in terms of languages, you do have quite a bit to kind of play around with. So, feel free to download them and then you can use them even offline. Now, if you have a ton of apps installed, it might be kind of difficult to even find them or keep tabs on them. So to quickly find them, all you gotta do is swipe up. Obviously, there's a search bar right there. You can search for the apps by just typing in the letters. Or if you're a neat freak, you can actually categorize them. So you can sort them by alphabetical order. Now this is super awesome. Now custom order is the default, so anytime you add a new app, it'll automatically be on the last page over here or it'll basically take up from left to right, up to down. So, but if you want to categorize them by alphabetical, you also have that option right there. Now obviously the cool thing about this phone is that you can actually use the rear cameras as the selfie camera instead of using the worst selfie camera up there. So to do this, obviously click on selfie. Now you want to open the phone up. Boom, now you are using the rear cameras to take a selfie instead of using the selfie camera. But I don't know if you guys could tell, it's a little bit hard for your thumb to reach the shutter button. So to do this even easier, click on settings and then you want to scroll down and then you'll see shooting methods. Now you want to tap on it. Then you have these options over here. So you can either take a photo by saying smile, cheese, capture, or shoot, or you can even say record video to automatically start recording a video just by using your voice. Another setting I like to keep on is the show palm. So once you have enabled this, all you gotta do is just show your palm and then it will automatically start a timer for you. Or you can just simply say cheese and it will start a timer as well. Now, as we know by now, there are multiple ways of turning off the display. You can either, well, shut the phone this way, or, you can obviously click the sleep wake button. But the method I like is actually just, for example, you're at a restaurant, you're waiting for your girlfriend to get out of the restroom, and then, you see her on the way back, you don't want her to yell at you. Boom, do this, it will automatically turn off the display. Now to do this, you want to go ahead and go into settings. You want to scroll down until you get to advanced features and then motions and gestures. You want to make sure palm swipe or palm touch to turn off screen is enabled. In fact, I do have all of these enabled because they are just insanely good. So lift to wake, obviously. So for example, if your phone is on a table, you lift it up, it automatically wakes the display, reads your face, and you're good to go by unlocking your phone. Now, of course, you can also double tap to turn on the screen, double tap to turn off the screen, or the one that I showed you, the palm touch to turn off screen. Now, another setting I really like is the alert when phone picked up. So if let's say you're cooking dinner, you missed a call, the second you pick the phone up from the table, it will automatically notify you by vibrating to let you know that you did in fact miss a call. This is a really good one to have on, so make sure you do. Another good one to have is mute with gesture. So let's say you're at work, you're in a meeting. If you don't want to be disturbed, all you got to do is put your phone face down and you will not get any notifications coming through. Another good one to enable is the palm swipe to capture. So to take a screenshot, normally you need to press the power sleep wake and the volume down button simultaneously, and sometimes you press the top one and the instead of the bottom one. It gets a little frustrating. So to make it easier, you can actually turn on palm swipe to capture. So you just do this and it will take a screenshot like that. Now this brings me over to my next tip. So by a show of hands or by clicking that like button, how many of you are reading something on your display and then you haven't really touched the display for quite some time and then it automatically dims? You have to keep tapping it to keep waking it up. That's super annoying. So to fix this, all you got to do is click on search. Now you want to type in keep screen on. So keep screen, you don't even have to type in all the way, just keep screen on while viewing. You want to make sure this is turned on. Now this will use the front facing camera of your Galaxy to see if you're looking at the display. If you are looking at the display, the screen will not time out. That is so good, and it's so helpful. So guys, this phone is super crazy powerful, and the more you use it, try to play around with the settings. I want you guys to really go into the settings and click on every single setting. You want to scroll through all of these and then just kind of see what this phone can do, because I promise you, the more you play around with this phone, the more it really starts to impress you. I can promise you guys that. So if this video helped you guys out, definitely click that like button. And if you have any other tips and tricks you want to add, just put them in the comments below for me to, read and for other people to read as well, so they can also kind of start implementing your own tips and tricks. So again, if you guys did enjoy today's video, click that like button. And if you are new here, consider subscribing for more tech videos. And as always, this was Mark from Mark's Tech. Adios.